Welcome to Lifestyle with Melonie Graves, where I share stylish and creative ideas to help you do what makes you happy in your home. Imagine the possibility of being able to enjoy your own real flame fireplace with no venting needed. Well, now you can with the Net Zero bioethanol powered biofuel fire featuring the most versatile, clean burning fire features in existence. And with the ease of installation, we were actually able to do this entire project all on our own. Stay tuned and I'll show you how. Okay, friends, I'm taking you into the family room. If you follow me on Instagram, then you know why the furniture's all flipped up out there. We had a situation yesterday. I don't even want to talk about it. So I'll stick to the subject at hand, which is the fireplace. So when we moved into this home, this was the first project we ever worked. This was just one giant blank wall. There was nothing on it. So there was no furniture that I could find to scale up the wall. I believe it's 22-foot ceilings. So we had to do something custom. So I designed this fireplace and I always loved it. However, the electric fireplace was never really my original goal. The problem is that we don't have a chimney, we don't have a gas line. And so, and also the kids were really small. You know, there was a lot that went into choosing this electric fireplace. But now that the kids are older, I am ready to make a change and we are going to do it ourselves. So the best part of all is that the electric fireplace, that'll be going away and we are going to, I'm going to turn the camera around. And we are going to be installing our real flame fireplace. And I am really excited. I'm kind of nervous because it's a bigger project that we're taking on than we normally take on, but we can do it. We've got a few weeks. So that's what I'm going to be working on. And then I will move kind of into fall. We're going to do some things with the mantle like we do every year. And then, you know, before you know it, it'll be time for Christmas. We broke this project out into 3 big chunks. Step number 1 was to remove the existing electric firebox and the stone. And step number 2, we had to reframe the unit for the new NetZero firebox and install that firebox and burner. And then in step number 3, we had to reapply the stone. The electric firebox is actually still in perfectly working condition, so I'm going to give it to my brother. It was never really a part of my original desire for this space, but because we don't have a chimney or a gas line, I never thought it was possible to have a real flame. So this is what we did instead. But now that I know it is, I can't wait to get it installed. So moving on to step number 1, which was removing the existing stone. I actually thought that this would probably be the most difficult part of the project, but it really ended up being one of the easier parts of the project. To remove the stone slates, I just used a chisel and I gently tapped behind the slate directly onto the adhesive, and they just popped right off. I was able to get this part done in less than 10 minutes. And I had no intention of changing the color of the stone. I love this color because it has so many colors from both sides of the color wheel. They're warms and cool tones, which makes it really easy to style around should I change my mind about furniture in the future. So as a quick tip, if you're not looking to change the color of your stone, just verify before you start your project that it is available and in stock. I know many of you are going to ask, you always do. The color of the stone is called Beach Walk and it's available at Floor and Decor. Next, it was time to move on to phase 2 of the project, which was to reframe for the new Firebox. As I mentioned earlier, NetZero Fire offers really flexible installation options. So there are a couple different things you can do. They can be site built for a specific location or room, on or off a wall, or you can do what we're doing here, which is installing a NetZero firebox that the burner can go inside of. Obviously, safety is a top priority when considering how to go about this project. So let me tell you a little bit about what I love about the NetZero Firebox. They offer something called BEV technology, or burning ethanol vapors, that are contained and closed in a cool tank. And that means you never have any contact with the fuel. The entire burning process is controlled by the microprocessor and multiple safety sensors. So it's very innovative in the process of starting your flame and using fuel. It uses clean burning ethanol, which I love. Not only does that mean that I don't have to deal with any smoke or smell or ash, it also leaves little to no impact on our environment. It's a clean burning fire. So once we were done with the framing and moving around wires, it was time to install the Firebox. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this is a zero clearance Firebox, but they come in multiple viewing configurations. This one is single-sided, but they have double-sided options, corner options. Really, you can pretty much customize this for any space that you want. And right here, we're just doing a dry test run. It's always easier to double check your cuts and measurements before you lock everything down than to have to go back and redo things. As they say, measure twice, cut once. Once we finished our test run, I had to make a few more final adjustments to the framing, and then it was going to be time to install the burner. Another one of my favorites about our new fireplace are the design features. There are lots of different types of packages you can choose from, some including LED lighting and media to really enhance the feel of your new space and customize it and make it your own. So this right now, we are installing an LED lit glass barrier. It's actually supposed to go in the front, but I liked the way that it illuminated the back of the firebox better. So we put it in the back, but look at how cool that is. They have basically every color on the color wheel to choose from. And so it really takes your fire up a notch if you want to add a little light display. And now we are putting in the burner. This is where all the fun starts to happen. The burner has an intuitive control panel with an LCD screen, which will help you with refilling your tank. It's very simple and very safe. There's a pump that I'm going to show you in a little bit with the device on it that will tell the tank how much fuel there is, so there's no risk in overfilling your tank or with spillage. NetZero Fuel is a proprietary bioethanol fuel blend, and it's formulated from agricultural byproducts to provide bright and natural flames. So using NetZero Fuel in your NetZero fireplace is definitely recommended for its ability to enhance the safety and the efficiency and the environmental performance of your fireplace. So when you're ready to fuel up, you power up your burner, you connect the automatic pump to the burner, and the pump will then communicate to the device, delivering the necessary amount of fuel. How cool is that? And you can even watch the progress of the refueling on your LED screen on the control panel. And once the fueling process is complete, disconnect the pump. And then in just a couple of minutes, you'll have a beautiful, clean, burning, real flame fire. Once we had everything installed properly, it was time to move on to the final phase of the project, which was to reapply the stone. So Benjamin Buttons was outside making the cuts, and then I would stay inside and actually apply the stone back to the fireplace. And as always, Theo was our project manager. He really enjoys his job. He takes it quite seriously, so he stuck by very closely throughout this entire project to make sure that we were doing everything correctly. And to finish things off, there are lots of different design feature packages. I went with the Ultimate Luxury package, which included the LED lit glass barrier, floor lighting, and the diamond glass to cover the floor. So whether or not I want a really cool light experience or a more traditional fire, I have lots of options to choose from. And of course, there are smart control options so you can control your fire feature with an included remote, an app on your phone, or a home automation system. We're still playing around with that a little bit. So far, I've been using the remote and it works great. It all turned out amazing. I am so pleased. The unlimited design possibilities, no venting needed, clean burning ethanol. This is the fireplace of my dreams. So a huge warm thank you to NetZero Fire for sponsoring this video. I'll have a link in the description box below for you to click on for more information. Until next time, love and peace.